Hi, everyone. This is Steve Dellasan. Welcome to this week's edition of CEOs You Should Know. I'm thrilled to be joined by Jamie and Kayla, the CEO and Director of Brand at Eat Clean Bro. Thanks for being here today.
Of course, man. We're happy to be here. Happy to be back in the studio at the beautiful iHeart radio station.
iHeartMedia.
iHeartMedia.
Close enough.
We got him here. That's all that matters. We got him here.
Yeah. I'm always happy to be here. I think iHeart and Clear Channel are together.
Yeah,
right?
we're
Clear
the new Clear Channel. We evolved. Yeah.
Okay. Clear Channel did a lot of good for Eat Clean Bro with the billboards.
Awesome. We're excited to have you guys here today. So why don't we jump right into it? I know you started Eat Clean Bro in 2013 with just $300 in a borrowed kitchen. Fast forward to today, you guys are huge, and obviously, let's take a moment just to look back and what gave you that confidence to initially kick off the company.
Kicking off the company in 2013 was the opposite of confidence. I was I was just brutally devastated. My family was devastated by Hurricane Sandy. I was so sad. I was so depressed. I had given up on my dreams. My passion was undeniable. I could not stop thinking about providing value, cooking food. Back then, man, what I did wasn't available. You couldn't get it. You had to buy a year supply of food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 5 days a week, 7 days a week with snacks. You had to buy the food up front. You were in subscriptions. You couldn't get out of it. And what Eat Clean Bro did was we pioneered healthy food where you could just order prepared food delivered to your house with no contract. And as crazy as it sounds, it didn't exist. And it wasn't confidence. It was just, this was something I loved to do. I had been doing it for years prior. My friends all hit me up. It was January 13th, 2013. I was scared to death to try. I was living at my buddy Paul's house. His parents were in Florida. Kitchen to ourselves. He was like, do it. You know, you always love to cook. And I went for it. But I was so afraid of failing again. I didn't even tell my close friends. I didn't tell my dad for 6 months.
Wow.
I was just scared because I'd come up short a few times. But yeah, it wasn't confidence that started Eat Clean Bro. It was relentless, undeniable passion for just wanting to help people and do right by people. And it was like Thor's hammer, dude. I just couldn't. It was just like something that would just follow me and hit me, and I couldn't live without it. So it wasn't. It wasn't like I'm going to do this and I'm confident. It was like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Please God, just don't let me, please God, don't let me fail, Well,
thank God you did. Yeah. How did you get your first customers?
I was at the gym. I was a gym rat, and it's funny. If Instagram was around then, I'd probably be an influencer, right? But that job didn't exist. I was shredded. I was beautiful. I was all these great things. But they were like, yo, what do you eat? I'm like, yo, man, this is what I eat. Chicken. You want some? And they said yes, and that's kind of how it started.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kayla, what inspired you to join the business?
Oh, that's a deep question.
Yeah.
So Jamie and I, we had been together for some time, and I was pursuing another career, and he said, "Don't." He was like, do this with me, and I loved him so much, and I believed in what he was doing, and I said, hey, why not?
That's awesome.
We'll get into marital stuff. She wanted to, and this, I don't even care if people think this is inappropriate, okay? I love Kayla. Kayla wanted to be a state trooper. And I was like, listen, baby, I'm sorry this is your dream, but I can't have the mother of my children pulling somebody over for blowing a stop sign. I'm not going to be able to sleep at night. I don't want you to do that. Why don't you come work for me? And she's like, okay. But then I was like, hey, what's the least amount I could pay you?
This is a true story. This is a true story.
Then, she's like $600 a week. I'm like, all right. And then she quits her job. She comes. She's like, all right, so it's $700 a week in a company car. I was like, I'm like, no. So, yeah. And she said sometime, bro, me and Kayla, man, we fell in love with each other so fast. Dude, she was helping me within 4 or 5 days of knowing each other.
That's awesome.
But she came to work for me, actually work for me, because she was helping me a lot and not technically, I guess, working for me, but she started helping me right away. And that was kind of how I really fell head over heels with her. She helped me organize all my receipts. There was all these garbage bags of receipts. And when we met each other, it was like kind of like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? And then we were inseparable. And it wasn't like this weird inseparable thing. It was just like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? And then like every single day for years we're together and happy. But
And here we are.
she helped me with my receipts, and she was just always helping me, and it was really cool, man. It was beautiful. I'm really happy she found me, because I would still be in the parking lot with the grill. My chicken's real juicy, real tender, but yeah, I would be in the parking lot, man, for real.
That's awesome. It's awesome to see a couple that obviously you guys are able to work together and find success in there and still have like the love outside of the business.
She's only had to hit me a few times.
Ah,
I'm joking.
didn't see
She's
that.
never hit me. She's never hit me.
Oh my God.
So obviously
Sure.
being a couple, running a very fast company, one that is growing very big, how has your journey evolved both personally and professionally, being with each other every single day within these roles?
I think I've had the biggest shift. So in 2018, we had our first child.
Congrats.
Thank you. We now have a boy and a girl, Giorgio and Santina. They're 5 and 6. So
ages.
for the best age, I want to freeze them at this age. So I think for me, I had to take a step back for a minute and really just be mom. And that's something that we agreed on in the beginning, that, obviously I would still work for the company forever. And here I am, I'm at work now. But I take the role of mom, and I take care of everything that has to do with the kids, because he really is so much more, our leader.
Sure.
So for me, I think just really learning how to be a wife, a mom, and run a business all at the same time. The evolution of, the two of us living together, sharing a car, spending every waking moment together, to now we operate on 2 completely different wavelengths. We have 2 completely different roles. It's a lot. It's hard, but it's for the best. And I know someday we'll find our way back to each other. But right now we really own our specific roles.
Smart.
Yeah, and by like find our way back to each other, meaning like being in the car, holding hands, answering each other's phones.
We
But we're
used to
still
be
together.
together like all day, every day,
Yeah.
right?
For sure.
But now it's like, okay, like you take that meeting, I'll take this one, I'll drive this kid, you
Dividing
take that
and
phone
conquering.
call.
Yeah.
And that's hard, And at the end of the night is always eventful, right? Because we'll like regroup and run through everything that happened. But
We just watched The Hunting Wives, man.
Netflix, yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
yeah, that was our
that show.
post kids bedtime show.
That was a wild show. So,
Okay, so your evolution since we started from since we started to now.
E-Clean Bro was a rocket. There was a lot of things I did right. There was a lot of things I had no idea. 2022 was a bone-crushing year, I think, for every business in the world. Taught me a lot of what I didn't know. I was a self-made multimillionaire, and I didn't know a lot of things I should have known. And it was like a bungee jump where you got ripped back to the beginning. Like, hey, Jamie, these are the fundamentals of business. You need to learn this. I was able to bootstrap and start a humongous multi-million-dollar business with $300, but there was gigantic holes in my game. And now the evolution was like getting back to the fundamentals of business, learning the basics, and applying like key principles of business with just like, hey, man, these are like, you have a whole bunch of key metrics you have to look at, but like I didn't even really know what the metrics were, how to read financial statements, how to really understand cash flow, how to understand how debt worked, how to even ask for money. I've just gotten yanked out of like the fun, creative, the visionary role now
Sure.
into like the real businessman role. And that's been like, the last few years have just been like, I just been punching this blender, and I'm getting better, but I'm like, wow, I cannot believe I was a multimillionaire and really had no idea what I was doing. So that was like the true awakening moment, and I was never arrogant or mean to anybody, but like I've been like truly humbled in the last like 4 years between like oversaturated market. Everybody's severely capitalized. I'm here on my own money, digging out of a botched construction job from COVID, and it's like it's a really whoa, like
Yeah.
It was been a real fun journey, and now like I've learned a lot, and now it's like, hey, let's get back into the fight. But a lot of learning.
It's always important to keep learning, right?
I'm tired of learning,
evolve.
man. I just want to start a garden, relax.
That sounds like a fun plan, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about a little bit about your leadership styles. So both of you in leadership roles at Eat Clean Bro, what would you describe as your leadership style, and how do you guys complement each other?
Well, the way we complement each other is like good cop, bad cop. You know,
I knew you were
Kayla
gonna say
comes
that.
in,
Who's the good cop and who's the bad
obviously, I'm the good cop.
Okay.
You know,
I am very direct. Some might say short. I don't like to waste people's time, right? So we're
That's
gonna
fair.
cut right to the chase. I'm very direct. I'm not gentle, but I want the best for everyone. Jamie, I think, is much more gentle.
in reality, dude, I don't like the CEO part and holding people accountable. For me, like, I want to encourage people's strengths. You know, like with my son, he loves landscaping. I want to encourage him to landscape. When I was a kid, dude, my dad was always trying to push me in areas that like I just was never going to be good at, man. Like
Yeah.
he wanted me to be like a finance guy with a law degree, and like for me, I wanted to cook food and make friends, and probably could have been great at sales, but my leadership style is to really try to invigorate people and get them enthusiastic about things they're naturally good at, and bring out the best. And as far as a CEO goes, I think I'm a horrible CEO. I think I'm a great president and founder. The executive skills, like I don't think I possess them quite where I could probably hire and mentor and coach executives in a incredible fashion, but I'm not an executive. So that's where I come up short, and that's where sometimes I fail people around me. But
That's where I come in.
yeah, that's what
That's why you guys have
Yeah.
each other to complement each
Yeah.
other. We talked about this earlier a little bit, right? When you guys first came around, there wasn't so many meal delivery services available, but now there's tons of meal delivery services available.
Yeah.
What have been some of the innovations or the decisions you made along the way that separate Eat Clean Bro from the others out there?
A lot of these guys are all using the same co-packer. So it's the same meal, which is a different sticker. Like
Yep.
Eat Clean Bro, we make the food. So I think a humongous key differentiator is like, listen, yeah, there is an Olive Garden, right? There's Olive Garden, but you're a Jersey guy, right?
Yep.
Is Angelica's worried about Olive Garden,
no,
right?
absolutely not.
Angelica's is not worried about
Very
Olive
hard
Garden.
reservation, right?
Yeah, they're not. So it was fun. We had explosive growth. Explosive growth has stopped nearly for every single person, and now, yeah, private equity is just flooding the food space. It is what it is. We make the food. We double down on the culinary steps, on just how to bring out more pop, less calories, more nutrition, more protein, and I'm able to do that. And the innovation in itself is actually just doing the work. This day and age, man, people want to be famous on TikTok. They want to be influencers. They want to find ways to use other people's infrastructure and piggyback on it. So they're like, yeah, well, there's less CapEx, there's less risk, there's less of this. But it's like, you're not doing the work. And as crazy as it sounds, just like where Eat Clean Bro pioneered the meal space, we're differentiating ourselves because we actually do the work.
Mm-hmm.
I think the craziest thing about this company is that we still own 100% of it.
It's awesome.
There are no investors. So we're allowed to make decisions that maybe they don't financially make sense, and other people might think they're dumb decisions, but my customer is happier.
Mm-hmm.
My food is better.
Yep.
I'm honest. And I really don't give a shit. Like,
yeah, for
because
real.
it's my own money.
Yep.
I'll light it on fire to make sure that your order is perfect.
You could see with like shareholders.
Sure.
Companies make decisions. What's the most effective use of our capital for the next 8 months? You see politicians, we have 4-year term. People make decisions, and then it's like, all right, like, see ya, right? Like,
Yep.
we have this short amount of time to make a decision. Where can we make, and when we own the company, we can make decisions that we think are best for our customer long term. We don't really care about ourselves. We want the customer happy. We want the employee happy. It's most companies that are run today have so many different people to answer to. Like a perfect example is when I just went rogue and I did the billboards.
Mm-hmm.
No CMO or no marketing director could have ever made that call. It would have went up the ladder so many times, it would have got shot down. They've been
Sure.
like, no, I just shot at the hip, did something that was kind of crazy, and then it was explosive. And they're like, oh my God, that was brilliant. That was genius. Well, it was like I was on my phone with Kayla and I just made a simple decision that
Yep.
I didn't have to ask anybody for permission. I just did it.
Yep.
And it was my money. So if it failed, I'm like, what am I going to do? Smack myself in the face or something? I'm going to go fire myself. I'm going to go demote myself. You know, that was it.
Yeah. Speaking of keeping the customers happy, right? Even from being in that barred kitchen to scaling so much right now, you've never lost the family feel of the business and the quality of the food. How have you guys been able to maintain that all throughout these years?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
So this is the way we operate,
yeah.
right? Last week, somebody got the wrong meal, lost their minds, right? And like we have like a scale. We're like, how mad are they? 1 to 10, you know, like what is the course of action? Like this was a 10. It was not warranted that it was a 10.
I was gonna say over just a wrong meal.
Okay. He called them. This person was so stunned that the president and founder called them that they hung up and texted and said, hey man, sorry, like we really don't have to talk about it. It's fine. But like that level of involvement still
100%.
to this day, I think that's unheard of. And like, again, like might be us making silly decisions to wrap our day up in all these little nuances, but it makes people happy.
Yeah, it separates you guys.
And
from
that's
the
like, that's
competition,
just
too.
how we are.
Yeah, I honestly, man, like this is a CEOs you should know. Like I said earlier, I'm not a CEO. I started Eat Clean Bro because I really am passionate about providing value. I didn't start this company because I thought I was a businessman. This company started because like I just had a passion. I couldn't stop. I mean, everybody tried to get me to stop. People thought I was crazy. I just couldn't stop cooking for food for my friends. Like it's bizarre. Most times, I mean, the passion is so severe. Like I can't stop thinking about it.
It's good to have passion, though.
It's borderline obsession. Yeah, it is obsession. Yeah, it's very, like it is what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
This is my gift, man. Like I was born with some sort of gift that has just made me a psychopath for wanting to make food. When I was 4 years old, we would go to a restaurant and I would see the hostess, I would see the server, I would see the bar back, I would see the food runner, I would see the busser, I would peek, and I would just see like how this organism was working, and it just always spoke to me. And I would know the wait times at Outback Steakhouse when I was 5 years old on a Friday night. You know, like these things aren't normal. So
That's where family feel comes
Yeah.
from, right? Like
Absolutely.
when you care so much.
100%. Makes all the difference in the world. So you guys have accomplished so much over the years. What's really on the horizon? What's next in the next 5 years or so?
we're doing great with the charity stuff. We're like we're like smoking the lead, right? With Children's Specialized Hospital with like fundraising.
Well, so one of the most important things for us is just maintaining that sense of community, right?
Sure.
As we grow and as we explore options for our company, like we never want to leave behind,
Mm-hmm.
you know, where it started and who started it with us. So just remaining charitable and working on initiatives that help our community, that's always at the forefront. But within the next 5 years, I think just growth.
Yep.
Growth,
Yeah.
more
That's a good goal.
territory. Yeah.
We're in we're forming like a strategic partnership with Village ShopRite. So we're in all the Village ShopRites. We're in the Gourmet Garage at Fairway Market. So we're trying to like what happened in this space was like distribution just got mangled. Logistics are through the roof, packaging's through the roof. We're trying to probably double down through retail distribution, get the brand out there. We're getting into super precise custom meals. People want to get on a strict regimen. You know, that'll be, I don't know when this is going to air, but
Very cool.
we're one of our initiatives for like the next few weeks, man. We're gonna launch a custom meal builder. Yeah, and then we're opening up our own retail stores on our own, right? Because there's a whole bunch of stuff that I love to make, Like I have these machines. I'm going to start doing like bone broth soups. We're going to start doing
Let's not.
this
Don't
doesn't
give
even
it all
matter.
away.
Yeah.
Well, my competition, unless their co-packer starts getting passionate about soups, they can't go and do it because they're working out of an office like this.
Yeah.
They're a food company with no ovens, no spoons. They don't even have a damn. They're glorified digital advertising agencies that give out coupons through other people's money. And that's the name of the game this day. Raise capital, give it away through coupons, and just crash and burn industries. Just that's business school right now. So I just saved you a whole big student loan. That's what they teach now. It's
We're back to that family feel, right?
Yeah, we're having more fun. It's fine.
Absolutely. I know you hit on a little bit about some of the initiatives you guys do for the community and charities. Can you guys expand on that a little bit?
We donate food every single week to lunch break. They're like 360. They help people who are down and out. They help people try to find jobs. They're an incredible resource to the community. They're a food bank. They're a clothing bank. They're a jobs and resource center. They house people. They do a tremendous amount of great things. That's in Red Bank, New Jersey. That's lunch break. We also donate food to like all types of people. It's so much. I don't even keep track of it. I don't do nice things to keep score and to but the big thing that we're proud of is our partnership with the Children's Specialized Hospital. We've raised a ton of money for them. We're doing a couple events a year. We just had our golf outing. We had our gala. We did our Bro Mountain, right, for the 5K at our house for the birthday. We're working on the gingerbread party end of the year. It's going to be a ton of fun. Basically just bringing out all of our friends, creating a community of successful people that want to have a good time and give back and doubling down on that. But we do a ton of food. And then I'm also like mentoring entrepreneurs in my not so spare time, but I do try to help mentor women and minority entrepreneurs. And I have been an angel investor in Black-owned businesses in the past, but there's a lot of stuff we're doing. And also my good friend Lala Anthony's got some stuff going on. So like every year we do stuff with her for her Winter Wonderland.
We're super proud of our partnership with Children's Specialized. It's really meaningful to us. I think when you're a parent, helping kids is just there's nowhere better you can ask people to put their money. So I think this year we're getting close to raising $1 million for them.
Wow, that's awesome.
By the end of 2027, we should have raised $1 million for children's.
A million.
That's amazing.
A million.
Congrats.
I think that was really important and nice.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, but reel it in. That's yeah.
You spoke a little bit about mentorship, right? That's an awesome thing that you're able to do in your spare time. For anyone that's tuning in that might have that dream or that thought to be able to start their own company, what advice would you give them? What advice would you give yourself back then that you wish you had?
Entrepreneurship should come with a warning label, like a pack of cigarettes or a bottle of alcohol. It's hard, man, and it's going to break you. It's going to break you over and over again. But if it's something you really love, if something you can't live without, you have to do it. It's your calling. You have to do it. But not everybody has that gift, and that's okay. It's okay to go to work and save your money. I tell anybody, dude, you can be a millionaire. You don't have to own a business to be a millionaire. If you learn investing, if you make smart decisions with your money, if you learn how to take that money and get it out, pre-tax deduction, there's ways to get ahead financially. Owning a business is not for everyone. They glorify it. Just like, I was in the Navy. I was trying to be a Navy SEAL. I got hurt. I was on to be discharged. Very few people would stop and say, Jamie, you're going to kill people. That's what Navy SEALs do. They get deployed in combat and they end life. That's the side of being a Navy SEAL people don't want to talk about because it's gruesome, the honor of the training, getting through it, the challenge, right? There's all these things that are glorious about owning a business, but at the end of the day, sometimes you got to pull the knife out, and it's scary, and it hurts, and there's parts of business that are really hard for people. So I would say really search your soul in what it is you want. Like, and that's the most important thing. And the most important thing that happened to me in my life was understanding what I really wanted out of life. And the thing is, entrepreneurship is a beautiful tool to getting you there, but you need to know what it is. You can't just like, too many times people have seen my success and started a meal prep company just because they think I'm rich. But it's like, dude, don't do that. And then you see people franchise, like you will see like, we helped her sister do a balloon business. 30,000 balloon businesses open up. My friend I'm mentoring, she does mobile IV businesses. Thousands of IV businesses open up.
Sure.
And you really have to be honest with yourself. Is this something I love to do? Is this something I would do for free? I did Eat Clean Bro for like free for like 8 years because I failed, whatever. I was at zero for like 8 years. Is this something you would do for free for 8 years? Is this something you can't live without? Like, really, before you think you want to own a business, man, you know, it is a good idea to go get a job and work and learn and arm yourself with the most amount of knowledge and experience you can before you get into this battle, because you're going to be challenged incredibly beyond belief.
It's great advice. Another piece of advice you could give everybody is working as a couple, right? If there's anyone tuning in that's thinking of working with their spouse or their significant other, what advice would you guys give them?
People hate my advice when it comes to this. I think the most important thing to understand when you're going to work together is there will only be one boss.
It's good advice.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
There's going to be one person who's in charge, and you guys need to decide who that's going to be.
Makes sense.
Women hate that. They hate that advice, but it's the truth. You know, it causes confusion and chaos when there's two people who imagine you're the employee and we're going to argue in front of you about what, like,
Yep. That makes sense.
You just can't do it. So there is only one boss, and, you know, home stays home, work stays at work, and you do your best to just keep things tight, you know?
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah. And she gets to be the boss at home too, like with the kids and stuff. I take the back. Sometimes she takes the back seat. Sometimes I take the back seat. But I would say another thing too, at the end of the day, like, just do your best to be nice to each other. You know, like, I see some couples, man, and not like just couples in business, but like couples in general. Bro, they are so mean to each other. And you're like, dude.
Yeah,
like,
you have to go home after this.
Yo, slow down, buddy. Like, this is your wife or this is your husband. Like, why are you so mean? Like, I would never be mean to Kayla. Like, I just...
Yeah, it's like the easiest thing
like,
to do.
Just
like,
like,
be nice.
For sure.
Just really just be nice to each other, you know? Like, this is a long time. You gotta just be nice, man. Like, seriously, like, start with that. People want like all of this super high level advice, but then like they're failing at the basics. Like, you have to know 2 + 2 is 4 before you get to like pre-algebra or algebra, pre-calculus, calculus. Like, if you're being nasty to each other and stuff, like, it's there's so many ways in business. There's so many ways to lose. There's so many ways to get betrayed. There's just so many ways to die, unfortunately, in business. All right, theoretically speaking, or I don't know, I think theoretically speaking. So like, you have to trust your partner, and if you can't trust your wife, another thing too with men or women, but mostly men, like, if I'm with a guy who doesn't love his wife, and I don't ever, like, if I see it once, I'm out. But like, if you're a guy and you cheat on your wife, or if your wife's not if you're not good at home, we're not doing business together. And you're not allowed near me, dude.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want it around me, but also that just shows who you are as a person. So
your personal morals bleed into your business
correct.
morals, right? So you don't want to do business with someone that doesn't have morals on either side.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
It starts with like just being nice
100%.
and respecting.
Good advice.
Yeah, be nice, be nice, respect each other.
It is.
But you know, your significant other should have earned, not, you know, it shouldn't be like earning your respect, but like, dude, if you guys are like living for each other and helping each other and everything, like, you're like, wow, like, I don't want to go through life without you. So why am I going to be mean to somebody who I don't want to live without, right? Like, what is happening in that marriage where people are nasty to each other or something weird, like there's resentment or something? It's like, bro, fix that first and fast, because you can't drive fast with a cracked windshield.
Yep.
The windshield will break. And then if your windshield breaks, how do you go faster? You can't. You have to slow down and stop. Fix the windshield. Be nice.
It's a good analogy. Well, we covered a lot about your journey, about the company. Is there anything that we might have missed or any main point you guys want everyone to take away about Eat Clean Bro?
We
Ooh.
well, all right, so like
Loaded question.
Yeah.
we love what we do. We love all of our supporters, everyone who's been there for us, all of our famous friends who have supported us for free over the years, the charities that we work with, the Children's Specialized Hospital. It's incredible that we're gonna hit the million. I remember we were like so scared. We signed up. We pledged 500,000. We were so scared. We're like, oh my God. Like, what did we do? It's going to take us forever to get there. And now we've just created this like
Doubled it. That's awesome.
Yeah, we've created this snowball effect, and
We're just so grateful. We're really grateful.
very grateful,
Yeah.
very grateful for the love and support, and we cherish the support. And at the end of the day, like, all me and Kayla want to do is just like reciprocate. Like, you love us, we want to love you back, and we want to keep it going. So we're not one-way willies over here. You know? We want to keep that chicken juicy. We want to keep the kids in the hospital safe. We want to, keep the community fed. We don't want kids in our backyard going to bed hungry. So as long as you guys like support us, we will be relentlessly working for you. And it's a give and take. So we appreciate the support forever, and we're forever grateful. And thank you so much.
Great stuff. If someone wants to support you guys, what should they do?
eCleanBro.com.
Perfect.
And wait, and one more thing.
Easy enough.
And if you do, don't go crazy. People will be like, I ordered 30 meals. I would like, yo, just get like 7 or 8 meals and just subscribe. Get like 7 or 8 meals. Throw in a subscription, just get it going every week. And then if you start getting tired, just hit up customer service, switch out some new ones. The goal of Eat Clean Bro is like to help you get through the week. It's not like a meal replacement service where it's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snacks. Like Eat Clean Bro is a healthy meal service to help integrate into a busy life where you can get really great food at a great price. And I mean, you could eat it breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There are people that do, and it is good for you. But like I feel like for like regular people like me, I think I get 10 meals on Monday, and like that, I just have food in the fridge. It's a go-to. You never get tired of it, and it's just, we have customers ordering like 12 years, 13 years in a row.
Awesome.
And that's how you do it. That way it's always good. You don't get sick of it, and that's it, man.
Perfect.
That's my advice.
eatcleanbro.com.
Yeah, eatcleanbro.com.
Jamie, Kayla, thank you guys so much for both being here, for sharing your journey, talking about your success, and all the really great work you're doing. So thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tune in next week for next week's edition of CEOs You Should Know.